excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to take the time to talk to you today about Spiral from the Book of Saw. Let's get the junk stuff out of the way. This is a sponsored stream from IMAX. Thank you, IMAX. But because of that, because it's a sponsored stream, you guys, one of you, so keep commenting because I'm going to pick a random comment probably towards the end of the stream, but I'm going to be swiping up and down the whole list of comments to grab a random one, and that person is going to win two, not one, but two IMAX tickets to see Spiral from the Book of Saw on the biggest screen possible, which is totally how this movie should be seen, you guys. So make sure you're commenting. Tell me your thoughts. Ask me your questions. This will be a spoiler-free review. I am not going to dive into spoilers. However, of course, I'm going to give my overall thoughts and stuff like that. So just be prepared. If you want to go into the movie completely blind, I guess, you know, just be warned. However, you know, you guys definitely want that chance to win those tickets to see this movie in IMAX. Trust me, you want to see this on the big screen. You want to see it on the big screen. I'm going to stop rambling about that part, but okay. So I'm so excited to do this live review. Thank you again, IMAX, for sponsoring this. I'm so excited for one of you who's going to be able to see this in IMAX, on IMAX. So nice of them, so thoughtful of them. Really, really excited to start diving into these comments. I see you guys are already chatting away. James was going to pop in here, but you know, he was supposed to come on here, but he's busy, and that's okay. I just thought it would have been fun to talk to someone who saw it because he also saw it last night. We basically watched it at the same time. He got to see it in theaters. I saw it on my big screen TV at home, and I think we both feel similar about it. Jamie says, looking forward to Spiral. Listen, you guys. Oh, hi, Alex. I just want to say hi to everybody. You're booked for Monday. It's so good. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh man, you guys. So listen. Yes, listen. It's one of those movies that, like, I will probably, like, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I will probably pay the money to go see this in IMAX, even after getting the screener and watching it at home. This is something I'm probably going to go this weekend or next weekend and watch it in IMAX because it's so good. And I want to see it on a big screen. I want to see it on a big screen. Trailer Gamer is here. Hello, hello. And of course, Ted is here. I see you in the chat saying hi to everyone. Hello, Ted. Rolando is here. Going to see it in the comfort of his own home. Totally understand. Totally understand. Okay. All right, guys. So let me give you I wonder if I should, so I have a written review at mamasgeeky.com, and I'm wondering if I should read the review. I don't think I'll do that, but if you want to head to mamasgeeky.com for my full thoughts, they're all there. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys. This literally it like proves to fans. This is what it does. It proves to fans that there can be another good Saw movie. Because let's be honest, if you saw my Saw ranking last week, along with my friends, we were chit-chatting and talking, and I just love the Saw movies for what they are. I love all of them for what they are. The last few were not fantastic. They just weren't that great, right? I mean, they're good, but they're not as good as they could be, right? They're not as good as the first few. Now, I just updated my ranking, and I will tell you a little later where Spiral falls on my ranking. But I'm just going to tell you guys that this one completely pleasantly surprised me. Well, it feels like a bit of a refresh, right? Like it's very, very similar to the first three, but at the same time, it feels refreshing and updated. And you've got like Chris Rock in here throwing down some comedy that almost goes a little too far. I'm not going to lie. The first half hour, you're like, all right. Like, where's the, you know, like, I get that, like, this is hilarious. Like, you're hilarious and funny and you're a comedy actor, but then he really gets into being a really great, serious cop, you know? And, man, Chris Rock completely shines in this. Absolutely completely shines. I thought he was fantastic. I loved him so much in this. It's like, welcome to the Saw universe, Chris. Candid Cinema's here, and Geekly Goods is here. Leo's here. I'm so excited, you guys. Oh, Leo's watching today. Yeah, I just told him my ranking, so he knows. But oh my gosh, Leo, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait for you to tell me what you think. I really hope I don't ramp this up like too much for you on the hype train, but honestly, you guys, it sticks with practical effects. Like, that's what I love, right? You get those practical effects that Saw does so well. Chris Rock comes in and brings like a new attitude, but he's still so So good. And then Max, I forget his last name, but I know it starts with an M. He plays the rookie cop, and he's Chris Rock's partner in this. You guys have seen from the trailer, and he's so great too and refreshing. And like, it feels like they took the Saw franchise. They're like, let's refresh it. Let's give it something a little different, but let's also go back to its roots. That's honestly the best way to describe this, which is what I love about it so much. The traps. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to do a spoiler review in a week so I can talk to you guys about the traps. Cause there was one where my husband was like staring at me like, can you like be quiet? Cause I was like, like that's literally what I was doing on the couch. I was going, and he's like, why are you still watching if you're making noises like that? And I'm like, cause I love this stuff. I live for the blood and the gore. I love it. Spiral definitely delivers on that, you guys. Holy bananas. The traps in this were insane. But what I love about these traps too is these are traps that like Jigsaw would be proud of. You know what I mean? They're ones that are like, hey, listen, this is what you did. This is your choice. Live or die, but they fit, right? It fits. So like if you saw the opening scene that was out here and I did a reaction to it, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it. I know some people like to go in completely blind, but you know, it's like, this is what you did. So this is what you have to do in order to live, right? If your choice is to live, which makes sense. It's back to, you know, the thick of it with Jigsaw, his actual traps versus like Amanda's traps, which like no one could ever get out of, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm giving you this decision and it fits and it makes sense. And it's something Jigsaw would be so proud of. And speaking of Jigsaw, I mean, if you guys have seen any images from this, or I think it was in the first trailer, and it might have even been in the second trailer too, there's a reference to the hacksaw, you know, from when Gordon chopped off his ankle, his foot, in the first one. So I like that they bring that stuff back, right? They brought in references. But the traps get crazier and crazier. And oh my God, they're so bloody and gory. And there's what I'm thinking of. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. Oh man. But this whole thing was so good. And from the trailer, you know, it's involving, I don't know that I want to say that because some people like to go by. I don't want to, Amanda says, so you're saying I shouldn't eat during Spiral either. No. Yeah, don't eat. Don't eat. Don't eat. Listen, you will be like, okay, this is a great question. So was the ending shocking? So Yummy, listen, there is, I mean, like any good Saw movie, there are twists and turns, right? The thing that stinks the most about this is that it's a little predictable. I mean, listen, Saw movies usually are a little predictable. And honestly, you're going into this, it's the 9th Saw movie, you know, we're not new at this. So we're like, all right, what's going to happen? So you immediately start, at least I do, and I'm sure most people do, especially Saw fans, you immediately start picking things apart, right? You're like, okay, this could mean this, and this could mean this, and this could mean this, and what was that, and what was that, and what was that, and what was that, and does this mean that, and does this mean that? And you're trying to piece all these things together, and it's like, you can kind of figure it out. Now, I didn't figure it out for a while, okay? I didn't figure it out for a while, but it wasn't like completely shocking. And I didn't figure out the whole thing either. I only figured out like part of the twist, right? The best part about the twist though is when those reveals start to come, that Saw theme kicks in and it just sends like chills down your spine. You know, you get those goosebumps and you're just like, yes, that Saw theme kicked in. And it just, this is just amazing. And life is what it should be. You know, this just feels very much like going back to the originals. It goes back to what we love about Saw. It's so great. Real quick, I want to say thank you to Orlando for the super sticker. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so you've seen it and you thought the twist didn't really plays a twist for you. I get it. I understand. I'm trying to keep this completely spoiler free. Like I said, I figured out most of that twist before the time came. However, still it doesn't mean the journey isn't fun, right? Because I'm also changing my mind the whole time through. I'm like, is it this? Wait, is it this? Wait, is it this? Is it this? Okay. So how would you compare the gore in Spiral to the rest of the franchise. It's pretty gory. Now, for me, it's funny because my friend asked me this morning, and I said specifically, and James will back me up on this one, I said, well, I'm not the person to ask because I'm always like, there could be more gore in this. Like, it could be the most disgusting, gory thing. Like, people could be vomiting, and I'd be like, we could use just a little bit more gore. So it's really hard for me to do that. But if we compare it to the rest of the franchise, well, first of all, I'll say my friend asked me to pick on a scale of 1 to 10, and I said 7. And then James said, well, more like an 8.5. And I was like, and he gave a reason, and I went, oh yeah, okay, yeah, fair point. Yeah, okay, let's raise it up. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say an 8. Compared to the rest of the franchise, I'd say it's pretty similar, especially to the latter movies, or more like the middle movies. I mean, it's listen, it is gory, and there's like one trap in particular that is like, oh, like if you saw the opening scene, there's nothing, like that's nothing compared to what we get later on, which is really, really, really amazing. Okay. Listen, this feels like a very spoilery question. Does it end with a cliffhanger, or in the sequel, will it be the same killer? So what I will say, because this is a very spoiler question, there is going to be another Saw. Fans will know that. They have already announced there is a Saw 10, a Saw X, so to speak. It feels like it's going to be after this one. And, I imagine there's some of the same characters. That's what I'll say. But it ended, and I'm like, oh, I can see where they're going to go with this. Let's put it that way. Like, I'm like, okay, I think I know what's going to come, even though, of course, we don't know what's going to come. Listen, it's Saw. They can pull something out of left field and be like, that random person you saw way back in the corner over here, they're really doing this, just like what happened with Amanda and Gordon and all that stuff in the last few ones. So you never really know. Leo has a great question. Is the blood pink? No, the blood is not pink. Was it 3D? Is it that one? Which one is it where the blood is pink? Or I don't even know, but the blood is like pink. I remember rewatching it going, come on, it might have been 6. I don't even know. But no, the blood is not pink. It's very, very red. It looks like blood. It's fantastic. So refreshing is a great word, right? Because the Saw movies were starting to get a little too tedious, and they were going off track, and they just weren't great. And you're like, would that really be something Jigsaw would do? Would that really? This very much feels like there's a point behind it. Like Jigsaw always made sure there was a point. I feel like we get that point. I feel like there's some refreshment to this, right? It's a little bit updated. It's a little bit new. Chris Rock brings some amazingness to this, as well as Max. Again, I forget his last name, but he plays William Zeke, who is Chris Rock's character's partner. And then, of course, Samuel L. Jackson is in this as well. It's a fantastic cast. But you get something new. It feels like new and refreshing, but also has that feel of nostalgia, right? The feel of the first few, which is just what we needed, really. Patrick absolutely ate it up. So happy with the film's results. Yes. So, and he won tickets over on Twitter. So, but yeah, it just, listen. Oh my God. Okay. So this is the big important. So listen, that's one thing I wanted to talk about, and I had kind of forgotten the update of the puppet, right? So it's not that Jigsaw puppet that we see. I think he has a name. But he creeps me out, and I don't like him. But now, as you've seen in the trailers and stuff, it's like this pig puppet. The pigs, freak me out. There's too many pigs. And I'm not going to say if it's important or not, but there's a lot of pigs. Okay. And it's like, no. Oh man. Ronnie's here. Hey, Ronnie. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. Yeah, right. So you see the one that was released online, but I'm telling you, here's the thing, Chandler. That trap was amazing. That trap was incredible. I was like, my reaction's up here so you guys can see it and see how I was reacting to it. But they just get better from there. Like there's some that are like, they're so gross. They're so gross, but they're so fantastic. I love that stuff. Oh my God. Oh, look, see? Listen, this one is definitely, I will tell you, it is definitely better than Jigsaw. No offense to anyone who liked Jigsaw. Ronnie doesn't like horror. So yeah. So if you, here's the thing, if you don't like the other Saw movies, you're probably not going to like this one. But it's really, I'd say give it a try, but it's very similar in the traps and the blood. I mean, it's literally like, hey, you did this thing wrong, so you're going to have to maim yourself if you want to live. That's basically what it is. You're going to have to go through pain. You're going to have to be completely tortured, and it's going to be disgusting and bloody and gross, but you got to choose, do you want to live or die, right? That's what Saw is all about. So, it's pretty disgusting, but like in a really good way, like a really good way. Okay. So here's the other thing, right? In the past couple of ones, there's at least 3 movies that I can think of off the top of my head where the characters aren't very likable. You're like, great, be in a trap and die. I really don't care about you, right? And is that kind of what you're asking? Like, are any of the deaths shocking? Do we feel sympathy for any of the characters? I think there's definitely some characters in the movie overall that you are going to feel sympathy for sure. There are, but of course they always listen when it comes to Jigsaw, which again, like I said, this is what Jigsaw would be proud of. I'm not saying Jigsaw is in this. I'm saying Jigsaw would be proud of the victims chosen, of the people chosen. They are bad people to an extent. They've at least done bad things, right? But they're so gross. I don't know. I'm so afraid to give spoilers, so I don't really want to fully answer that one. But there was one that I was upset about. I'll put it that way, okay? Yes, your first time back at the movies. Listen, I can't wait to be back in theaters. I miss it so much. I miss seeing it and reacting with people around me, you know what I mean? Like with other people. It's just, oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to click. So, listen. Ryan says real quick, is the finger trap good that was seen in the trailers? I'm the most curious to hear about that one. So that's the one I was talking about when I was freaking out. Just thinking about it, I'm picturing it in my head. It's insane, Ryan. It's insane. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Yes, that's right. I heard that cinemas are opening back up in the UK. That's so exciting. I listen, I'm going to cry the first time I sit back at a theater. I know it is. That feels like a good prediction there, Anjay. So let's see. Do they really take much time to actually establish characters in these kind of movies? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, right? That's what kind of some of the faults are of some of the earlier ones, especially like Jigsaw was kind of like, what? That one was wrong for several reasons, but that was one of my issues with it. In this one, I feel like you really do get to know a lot of these characters. So yes, I feel like they do a really good job with that. Were any of the traps become a new series favorite? I will tell you, there is one in here that I think it's my favorite now. I really do. I really think it's one of my favorites. Was the film fast paced? So here you go. It was like 93 minutes, which I was shocked it was so short, to be perfectly honest with you. They start off, they're establishing the world that we're still in the Jigsaw world, but obviously it's years later, which we even got in the trailer. They said something about like, is this a Jigsaw copycat? That was so many years ago, blah, 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 blah. So, and it gives you time to get to know Chris Rock's character, Zeke, quite a bit. You spend a lot of time with him. He talks and he rambles and he's telling these stories about what he's going through. Yes, they are humorous. There was some part where he's talking to people about Forrest Gump, and I was like dying, cracking up. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm laughing in a Saw movie. Like I was dying. I was laughing so hard. And I was like, is this what this whole movie is going to be like? Is this some kind of comedy? Like what's going to happen? And then it jumps into it and you're like, oh no. Okay. All right. So it does a really good job of, like I said, setting up the characters, building that world, letting you know where you are and what's going on. But then once they get into it, it's like boom, 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 boom. There's maybe a little bit of pacing issues, but for me, it really didn't drag too much at all. There's one spot in particular I can think of that was kind of like, all right, I know what happened. Let's just get to it. But again, that's me just figuring out something earlier on. And I don't want to talk too much about it, but overall I'd say it's pretty well paced. Let's see. I'd love to hear what you say about what's been called the Iron Butterfly Trap without spoilers, the trap leading into the third act. I know what you're saying. I'm so scared to say anything, but no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Listen, that was very interesting. I'm trying not to give spoilers on traps. So, I liked all of them in this, to be perfectly honest with you. Some were definitely better than others, 100% better than others. But I know exactly what one you're talking about. I thought that I'd say it ranks in the middle. Well, probably. I'm trying to think of all the traps. What is there? Like maybe 5 or 6 of them. That's probably in the middle, maybe right under the middle for me in traps that I liked. Probably. That if I had to rank the traps, I'd say it's probably middle to just under the middle, if that makes sense. Just because of some of the other ones. Oh, this is so hard. It's so hard not to give spoilers, but I think I'm going to have to talk to you after, like privately, and be like, okay, here's my rankings, Patrick, because I'm so scared to give spoilers to people. I just feel like they really upped their game with some of these traps, but they felt like Jigsaw traps, didn't they? Like they felt so much like Jigsaw traps, which is what I loved about them. What do you think is wait, hold on. Did we get any cameos from past movies besides that picture of John Kramer? I don't want to say anything because I don't want to give I will skip that one. What do you think? Oh, look at this. You guys are going so fast. What was the one you cringing at most your favorite? Yes, it was. There's another really good one, but that one was my favorite just because I was like, I'm going to vomit. This is amazing. Like, I think that's what I said. And I just couldn't stop like screaming about it. It was driving my husband crazy. The worst trap from the entire Saw franchise. I don't know. The bucket one was silly in the last Jigsaw. Yeah, most definitely. My DMs open Twitter. We can definitely talk about the traps privately. Would also love to have you on my channel. Maybe talk about spoilers this week. I would love to jump on your channel and talk about spoilers this weekend. So I have a junket on Saturday. We'll talk. I'll figure it out. If not this weekend, soon for sure. I feel like I'm pretty booked this weekend, but that's just off the top of my head. And of course I'm interested. Yes. Would love to. Anyway, oh man, listen. What are my box office predictions? Listen, I just want it to do well. I really do. I hope people go and see it. I think people are starting to get vaccinations and they're starting to feel better and theaters are starting to open. So I hope that it does well. I just feel like, it's so hard to predict because I just don't know what's going to get people to go out of their houses. Like I said, personally, I saw it at home on my big screen TV with my screener, and I am likely going to pay to go see it this weekend in IMAX, like pay my own money, right? I know IMAX is sponsoring this stream, but like I'm being dead serious. Like they're not giving me tickets. They're sponsoring it with, money to be paid later. They're not giving me tickets, but I will like go this weekend, pay to see it in IMAX. Like I feel like it deserves to be seen on the biggest screen possible. It really does. And I'll probably be freaking out in the theater as well. I'm seeing Spiral in theaters this Friday. You're going to have so much fun, Jonathan. I really want you to come back and tell me what you guys think. Everyone who goes and sees it, come back. This stream's going to stay up. Don't worry. So people can rewatch it and you guys can comment with your, what you thought about it. And you're seeing it Monday. I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Like, I want to see it again. Like over and over and over. But what I think most, do you know what? Honestly, listen, this is one of the main reasons I want to go see it again this weekend is because I want to see it with a group of people who hasn't seen it yet and then like ingest their reactions, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I imagine some of the characters, we'll see them again. I feel like this is my thought and I don't know anything, but we know that there's a Saw 10 coming out. And like I said, this one feels very much, again, like going back to the original 3. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a trilogy surrounding a certain group of people or a person from this one. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. For sure. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Did I like the ending? So here's the thing. I mean, anyone, and like I said earlier, anyone who goes into a Saw movie knows there's going to be twists and turns. From the moment it starts, you're going to start. My husband was like, oh, it was so-and-so. It's so-and-so. Like just picking out random people and then trying to put it together and see who was right. You know what I mean? That's what everybody does with these Saw movies now. You're like, okay, this little thing happened and this little thing happened. And is that going to come back? Is that not going to come back? So, well, yes, there's a little bit of predictability to the twist. Half of the twist I didn't figure out at all. Should have figured out. After it was revealed, I went, oh my gosh, I'm such a dummy. Like, yeah, I should have known that. I should have figured that out. I loved the ending personally. I was like ready for more. The second it ended, I was like, give me Saw 10 now. I want it. I want it now. I want it in my life. Like I need it in my life. The second it ended, I wanted more. So I can't just say it's an all right ending because as soon as it ended, I was like, yes, 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 yes. Okay. And look, same thing, right? So I thought the twist was predictable. It was amazing. It makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Exactly, Patrick. Exactly what you're saying right there. I mean, I'm with you 100% on that. I'm seeing it with my mom and sister. My mom's reactions to the sauce was priceless. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, for real. Like I was like, woo. Okay, yeah. So David, just keep commenting, and then as we get towards the end, I'm going to take the comments section that I'm looking at and scroll like this randomly and stop and point, and then I will click, and the comment that comes up here is the person who will win 2 IMAX tickets. All you will have to do is shoot me your address to claim them, your email address, I should say, to claim them at tessa@mamasgeeky.com. And then you will have your tickets, I believe, within the day, usually within 24 hours, especially since the movie comes out Friday, technically tomorrow night, I think, most places. So that's all. Just keep commenting. And then I'm going to randomly pick someone, like completely randomly. So they have to do a Saw 10. So they already announced it. They already announced that there's going to be another Saw. So I think that's part of it too, right? Going into this, people are like, it's again with the speculating, and everyone knows what they're doing when they get into a Saw movie. Everyone knows what's going to happen. There's going to be a twist. That's what Saw has established. So going into it knowing there's going to be a twist, number one, but also that they are going to do a Saw 10. It adds that predictability to the story. Still a fantastic story that really felt like something Jigsaw would be proud of. I know I keep saying that, but that's how it feels to me, Yeah, so they sent you a digital screener as well. And you're going to rewatch it more time. Listen, like it's so good. Listen, it's just so good. Let's see. You won't figure a twist in a movie. You have to watch it 2 or 3 times to figure it out. No, so I figured out more than half of this twist. And then Patrick was just saying it was predictable as well. And I think, if you know the Saw franchise and you know how things work, it's pretty easy to kind of guess, right? They lead you in certain directions, which ones may be the right way. Like, what are you thinking? Stuff like that. But, oh my God, I just thought of another trap that I hadn't even thought of before. That's so good. Guys, there are really good traps in this one. Like, really good traps. Oh, man. Like, listen, back to continue the Spiral Sailors follow-up with the story. They did a great job. Also listen, oh my God, Darren is like, listen, anything Darren wants to do, I'll watch. Ted, I don't not pick you out of spite. It is literally, random. You don't want to win those tickets, Dan? Well, fine. I'll make sure I don't pick them. They're just, for the record, they're just IMAX tickets. But yeah. And honestly, it's so good. Look at that, Ted. Ted's so sweet. Listen, The gore, I need like a drink. I'm talking too much, but the gore delivers. Listen, I love gore when it comes to a movie. I love it. And there's just, God, there's some cringe-worthy moments in here, which is just what I love, like cringe-worthy in a good way. Like when you're watching it and you're like, I can't watch this, I can't watch this, I can't watch this, I can't watch this, I can't watch it, I can't watch it. But I really, like a train wreck, no pun intended, where you're just like, I know something crazy is about to happen, and this is so gross, and I can't stop watching it. It's so gross, but I can't stop watching it. And I think Patrick probably knows. There's a couple of traps like that, but there's one in particular that I really truly think has become my favorite. It might be my favorite trap of the entire franchise so far. Just because it was so disgusting. But like I said about the traps, the reasoning behind them is so good. Like they make sense. It's very much like a jigsaw, right? I know a lot of people were talking about the voice. I was even talking about the voice in the video. You're just like, well, I mean, it's weird to not have Jigsaw's voice. And I think that's something you just have to get over, and I'll tell you what, I forgot about it by the second trap. It didn't bother me anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, Patrick. So his favorite trap, although it was really gross, way worse than I expected, the finger trap. That's what I'm talking about, the finger trap. That's my favorite. It's so disgustingly amazing. It was Agatha all along. That's funny. Yay, listen, they should. The Saw films are amazing. The new voice scares me even more. The new voice sounds like computer speaking. It was very weird. We talked about this briefly, not completely unexpected, no. For me, about half of it, I figured out like something, but I didn't figure out the second part of it, I guess. Let's put it that way. But either way, it was just great. And the journey was just great. I am not telling you that. That feels very spoilery. I'm not answering that question. I'm excited for the finger trap. Oh, look, Patrick, someone's been watching your stuff. And you know how it works and where it is and everything. Oh my God. Ah. Let's see. What I love is how his characters are in the trap for a reason. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So Patrick, doesn't it feel very much like Jigsaw would be happy because it's for a reason, right? Yes. So just like William in Saw 6, the traps played into what they did and what they have to do to survive. Exactly. That's exactly what I loved about this. And that's why I said it feels like going back to the originals. You know what I mean? Like it feels like going back to yes, this is how Jigsaw would do it. These are people Jigsaw would choose. And this is a trap Jigsaw would put them in, and they'd have to choose something, live or die, having to do with things that they've done in life and what they deserve. You know what I mean? It's so good. So my ranking is coming very soon, very soon. I told myself I'm going to do a ranking towards the end. I've already done it on Letterboxd. If you follow me over there, you've already seen it. But I will give you my ranking. But yeah, it just sounds like a male. I can't even say that last word on there because I have one right there and she'll start talking to me. Let's see. Okay. So were there any traps in this movie more cringe than the rack? That is my most hard to watch trap in the whole series. Listen, David, with you, that one is very hard to watch. That one is very gross. I'm going to say yes. I really think the one trap in this one, the finger trap, is my new favorite and the most disgusting, hard to watch, gory, bloody, gross trap. It's just, it's like thinking about it, I want to gag, but in a fun way, which is really weird. So 1, 2, 6, Jigsaw would be so proud because they're actually there for a reason. They're actually provided a choice to live or die. And each trap is winnable while following Jigsaw's initial policy. Yes, Patrick, that's exactly my point. That's what I love about this one. So like I said, it feels refreshed a little bit. It feels updated. It feels like they're giving you some new stuff, right? It feels like they're reviving the franchise, but really they're at the same time, they're mixing in what we need from Jigsaw's initial, why this all started, So exactly. Ronnie's going to watch it, even if it means hiding behind his cushion. That's so funny. Spiral is a sequel. Yes, Spiral is number 9 in the franchise. Let's see. The rack trap was initially a folding table that was meant to fold the person back and snap their spine, but was later changed due to production set issues. Oh, really? I did not know that. Fold that person back and snap. Ooh, that's crazy. Listen, interesting question. If someone dies from a wrong decision they made in a trap, technically, did they not kill themselves? Maybe. I guess maybe. Right. Listen, do you want to play a game? It's your choice. Live or die. They cut a trap from Spiral because it was too gnarly. That's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, the thing. Whoa. Was a blast to shoot. Is this who I think it is? Listen, no. That was so gross. I can't even imagine like shooting it because like, is it like, because these are all like super practical effects, right? So, I forgot it. Like I feel like I need all the details. This is crazy. So wow. All right. I don't want to give away I'm trying to not be spoilery, but this is the name of the actor, and that's all I'm going to try to say. I don't want to give too much to people, but like, I feel like I need to talk to like outside of this and get all the details because I can only imagine how intense that would be. I was literally watching it through. Oh my gosh. Okay. For real. Listen, I feel like we need to have a whole other conversation. I can't even imagine being in that position. Like, yes, look, like, this is what we were just talking about. Patrick and I were just saying how that's our favorite trap for sure. I literally cannot imagine having to literally film that. I think I would be terrified for the rest of my life. My fingers hurt watching it last night. Like I was like, ow. You know what I mean? Like I was like, my fingers hurt. It's just, oh gosh. All right. I just joined. Is the movie good? Listen, I have said it's so good. I'm about to give my rankings, so you'll have to see where it ranks. I absolutely loved this movie. I felt like it proves that Saw movies can be good again. It takes the most disgusting, incredibly intense traps and blood, and people are there for, like Patrick and I have been saying this whole time, like for a reason. People are in these traps just like Jigsaw would want. It gets you back to but it's so good. Even describes the trap. I get scared. Listen, there's no shame in watching it from behind your fingers. There's no shame in watching it from behind your fingers. Listen, it was so good. It's my favorite trap. I think it's my favorite trap of the entire, as a whole, franchise. I really do. Listen. Oh man. All right. You guys want my ranking? Let me pull up my letterbox. I don't want to like miss one. The other day I was telling my friend one, because they asked what my ranking was and I totally skipped one. And I was like, oh, I'm wrong. I missed one. All right. Are we ready? Okay. Look, see? All right. Well, listen, sometimes people change their names, so you never know if it's actually the actor or not. But Richard reached out on one of your videos last week when I debunked the trap footage in the 21 Savage music video, and we followed each other on Twitter after. That's amazing. Listen, I'm going to go follow Richard right after this, and maybe he'll follow me back. But, like, I really want to, like, dig into his brain about how it was filming that scene, because I feel like I would be terrified. That scene was insane. Oh, my gosh. It was, like I said, that's my favorite. Okay, so this is my ranking from least favorite to most favorite, okay? So my least favorite, Saw 5. And also, guys, if you want all the reasons why, you can head to my video from last week when I ranked all the Saw movies. But let me also say that, listen, I love this franchise just for what it is, because it's bloody and gross and intense, and the twists are great. And that's like, I love it. That's what I'm here for. So I do love them all in their own way, but this is my ranking. So Saw 5, Jigsaw, Saw the Final Chapter, Saw 4, Saw 3, Saw 6, Spiral from the Book of Saw, Saw 2, and Saw the original Saw. So yeah, it is my number 3 Saw movie. And I was really close to making it number 2. I went back and forth. I had to sit and really, really, truly think for a few minutes. And I went, is this my number 2 or my number 3? And there was a lot of factors that came into it. But I will tell you, it is this close to being my second favorite Saw movie. I'm so just happy and excited that like the Saw franchise is back, you guys. Like, this is what a good Saw movie looks like, okay? It's bloody, it's gory, but there's like a really good story, and it's happening to people for a reason. It's not just like random people, and that's what I love about this. It's people that like, they kind of deserve the situations they're put in, which is what I like about it. And the twist, well, it's about a little predictable. I mean, I figured it out. Like I said, I figured out part of it. When you see it, you'll know what I mean. There's kind of 2 parts to the twist. I figured out part of it. I did not even figure out the other part of it. So it was exciting. And I was like, yeah. And then the very, very end, like even honestly, like I was going to say the last like 20 minutes, but really the whole stinking movie is just so good. But the last 20 minutes really amps up and gets really crazy. And that's when, listen, when the theme pops in as reveals start to happen, you're just like, this is so good. And the fact that there's going to be another one has me so excited. I want more. I want more than just that one. Like, let's keep this thing going. It's very clear that they know how to do a good Saw movie again. And I just want more and more and more because, oh my gosh, you guys, it is just, it's perfection. It's like mwah, chef's kiss. Like, this is what I was looking for, right? This was the excitement and what I was hoping for with Jigsaw, and I didn't get. So getting it in Spiral and Chris Rock, man, he just absolutely killed this character. He absolutely crushed it. He's so good as Zeke, and I just think he was so great. He brought like. I know I keep using the word refreshing, so I'm trying to think of something else, but he brought refreshing vibes to this, and his humor at the beginning was funny, but it wasn't like too much. It was like real close to getting to be too much, and then they kicked it into like a gear with all the traps and everything that was going on. It is so hard not to give spoilers because I have some things I just almost said, but for real, you guys, I will probably be doing a spoiler review soon, like maybe sometime next week. So stay tuned for that. But you guys, this deserves to be seen on the biggest screen possible. Of course, IMAX, like you guys, for real, this thing is so, so good. It is, reviving the Saw franchise, something that I thought after the last 2 movies just might be like, let's just end it and move on. You can't recreate what you did at the beginning, and they are now proving that they can recreate it with Spiral from the Book of Saw. I am seriously so good. So good. All right. I am going to, the saddest trap was definitely the rack in Saw 3. I feel like if you accidentally kill someone, you shouldn't be put in a trap. So, okay. Well, it just depends. That wasn't really his test, right? It was somebody else's test, but I got you. Yes. It was Shotgun Shells, right? The one with the nurse that was actually doing surgery on him in Saw 3. So that was a crazy one. All right, so it is time. I am going to pick a winner, but I'm still going to be talking for the next like 10 minutes or so. But all of you who are commenting, you are entered to win 2 tickets to see Spiral from the Book of Saw in IMAX. And listen, I'm going to be right there with you. I'm going to see it again in IMAX this weekend. I can't help it. It's just so stinking good. But I'm literally just taking this and I'm randomly going to pick. Randomly going to stop. I stopped. And M has won. So M, if you will, you know what? I want to make sure you're still here. So go ahead and comment soon. And if you're not still here, I'll pick someone else. Unfortunately, sorry, Em. But I'll give you a little bit of time to comment and claim them. And then you can email me to claim them as well. But if you don't claim them in, let's say the next 5 minutes, I'll pick someone else just to make sure that the person is here. Because last week's live, I had to repick someone because one of the people had left and never claimed them, and I couldn't get a hold of them. So, yeah, that was a good one, though. That was a crazy one. I miss a letter, not a person. Fair point. Listen. Oh my gosh. Listen. That's not here. You guys, you all just want to win. That's what it is. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm even more ready for this movie now. Listen, this movie, it's so good. As soon as it ended, I was like, I want to watch it again. Because it's one of those movies, again, with like twists and stuff, like it's like, wait, I want to start at the beginning and I want to like see if I can pick up more pieces to the puzzle. You know what I mean? I will not say anything. I don't want to give spoilers, so I don't want to say how long Samuel L. Jackson is in the movie for. I will say he's absolutely fantastic with everything he does. I mean, he's so good. So good. Every single one of his scenes is fantastic. I mean, that's the thing. Every single actor in this was so good, you know? I mean, there's so much to love about this. Man. So much. And Jigsaw was for a mistake that he didn't mean to. That's just unfair because Logan had a mistake. He was able, yeah. Listen, Jigsaw is not one of my favorites for multiple reasons. You know, if she randomly not chooses me, it wasn't random. It's random because I pick a number, I scroll to a thing, and then I go and I count down to that number. Sorry. But yeah, so look. Ryan or Rye4N576, you should be hyped. It's so good. There's so much to love about this movie, you guys. I was so pleasantly surprised because I was so nervous, I guess. I was so nervous because I love the Saw franchise and I was really excited for Jigsaw, and it just was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like for real, you know, especially coming down off of 6, which was really good and kind of brought you back to that, like, okay, I'm here for it. And then, and you're just like, come on. And like, it's just, so this, again, it's refreshing. It's amazing. It was so good. And the second it ended, I was like, I want more. And I'm so excited that there's going to be another one. Like, I'm already so excited. So yeah, I don't know. There was just, for me, wait till you see this one because I'm really curious, and you're going to have to come back and comment on this video and tell me what you think, for real, because I'm curious if you enjoyed. I mean, I do think you'll like it. It feels more modern and refreshed than Jigsaw did to me. Anyways. So let's see. Oh, Dante says, I have no hype for this, but I'm making you a bit interested. Okay, well, that's good. Oh, man. All right. I saw someone is spamming the chat here. You're killing me. I saw a comment I wanted to reply to, and I can't find it now. Where did it go? Yes. Okay. There it is. Patrick says he would love to talk spoilers with me because one trap starting up in the finale was weird. Oh, it needs to be talked about. It's hard typing these without spoilers. You're telling me, Patrick. I start like talking about a part of the movie and I'm like, I have to stop. Or talking about the traps. I'm like, I need to stop because I'm going to give spoilers. And so it's really hard to not just spew spoilers. Really hard, especially like it's so good. Emma, if you're still there, you have 2 more minutes according to my little clock over here. So let's keep going. Listen, traps and gore. If you're ready for traps and gore, you're gonna get some great ones in Spiral. I'm thinking about one right now. I will tell you though, the finger trap, that is like I've never had so much fun and so much disgust watching something at the same time. It's fantastic. Oh, yay. Thank you, Ryan. I'm trying. Oh my gosh. Just binge watched the whole series on HBO Max. I just did that last week to prepare for my ranking. I watched them all again as well. I never realized how merciful that year break between films was. Brutal watch, but worth it. Seeing this in IMAX, yeah, listen, it's most definitely worth watching in IMAX. I can't wait to see it, like I said, on the biggest screen possible. You should be hyped for that because that trap was crazy. It's Oh, there's so much to love about it. There's so much to love about it. Oh, I'm thinking of parts of it. It was so hard to write notes for the review. And there's like a 5-minute section I cut out of my review because I accidentally started talking specifics and spoilers of the traps. It's hard because here's the thing too, is that people have different thoughts on spoilers, right? Like I will literally read a synopsis that the studio sent and they'll be like, hey, you gave spoilers. And I'm like, that's the description of the movie. So that's such that fine line. And I think, yeah, talking specifics of the traps definitely it would be considered spoilers. So that's really hard, especially when people are asking me like about what brutal traps there are. And you're like, whoa, I want to be like, well, in this one, this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. Oh yeah. And then this one and this and this and this. And you can't do that. And it's really hard. And that's why I didn't film a spoiler-free review because I knew I was doing this live, right? And I'm like, this is going to count as my spoiler-free review. It will live on YouTube forever. And people will get to watch it, but people can also come and talk to me about it. It will be a lot of fun. And, it's harder because I'm live and I want to just blah, 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 like spew stuff. You know what I mean? It's very, very hard. So I can tell you, I understand this, Dante, right? Comedic Chris Rock in the lead role of a horror film. What is that going to be like? I was definitely nervous, especially at the beginning. He's so funny. And like I said, he's telling this story about Forrest Gump and I'm dying laughing because it's so funny. And I'm like, is this going to ruin it? But no, it gets really good. Like trust me, he's fantastic in this. He's amazing. I was like, man, Chris, welcome to the Saw universe. He's so good in this. I was so pleasantly surprised between him and Max. Like, listen, so good. So good. I've been done in the comment section for that as well. I had a comment on a review about a synopsis I provided. It's the one the studio says in the press notes. That's exactly what it is. I'm like, this is literally what the studio sent me. So obviously it's not a spoiler. Okay. So I am going to pick a new winner because M did not claim. So if you guys are ready, I'm going, let's see who's going to win. No, that's all. Listen, that's all that one spam, and I don't want to pick that one. All right. Oh, Dante, listen. Oh, I'm all the way at the bottom. Well, look, hey, happens, it happens. So go, congratulations. I know you're here because you just did this. Chris voice makes me laugh. I don't see how it fits in with this. Okay, well, but hey, I'm selling you on it. And now guess what? Guess what, Dante? You won 2 tickets from IMAX to go see it in theaters on the biggest screen possible. So now you have no excuse. Now you have to go see it. And then you have to come back and tell me what you think. So go ahead and shoot me an email to Tessa@mamasgeeky.com. And I will make sure you get those. But now you have to watch it. You have literally no excuse. IMAX is sending you to go see it. So sorry, you're going to have to see it. That's just them's the rules. So it kind of works out that I'm glad I'm selling you on it because you have to go watch it. So go make sure you email me. Okay. I want to make sure I can get you those tickets. For real. Hold on. Me and Patrick are your faves and we should talk. Let's talk. Can we discuss the finger trap in depth? Like in spoiler depth of all the disgusting, I need to know how it was done. Cause there's some parts that like when they happened, I was like, oh. That was literally me on the couch. And my husband's like, why do you like watching this? Like, this is your favorite thing to watch and you're freaking out. And I'm like, because it's so gross, but like in a really good way. There's no way really to describe it, but yes, we will talk for sure. I was trying to click on this one. Congratulations. Listen, I had no clue about the Saw franchise. I wasn't sure on it. So I took it with a grain of salt. Listen, it's just so fun. Here's the thing. Like there's insane traps. It's bloody and it's gory. If you guys have followed me, you know I love blood and gore, like in my horror movies, right? Like let's be over the top and disgusting. And there are some moments in this that you were just like, oh my God, are they really going there? And then they do, and you're just like, that was so satisfying. Again, trying to not give spoilers, even trying to avoid spoilers from that opening scene, because I know some people were avoiding it. Yes, Richard, that would be amazing. We need to talk about that trap. Listen, that trap, it's my favorite trap in the franchise now, so we most definitely have to talk about it. All right, yes, you're going to come back here after you saw the film. Yes, so make sure you do that after you've seen the movie. Come back and put in the comments what you thought, because for real, I can't, I can't wait for the world to see this. I can't wait to see it time and time again. I was so excited. As a fan of the Saw franchise, I was like, yes. And I know this sounds silly, and I've probably said it 500 times on here. I don't know. But it was just so refreshing, and it felt like a movie Jigsaw would be proud of, like Jigsaw's a real person. I don't know, apparently. And I hope not. Gosh, I hope not. But it just felt like, yes, they can make good Saw movies again, and I cannot wait for more from this franchise. I really, man, it has me so excited. Like, listen, yeah, like I second exactly what Patrick is saying here. Absolutely, the best trap in the movie is so gross, so gross, but so awesome. It's so good. Oh man, just so good. Yes, my email, sorry, woo, is Tessa, Tessa. You know what? I'll put it in the chat. Okay. Sorry for the typing. There it is. So you can go ahead, shoot me an email. I want to make sure you get those tickets. And like I said, now you got to see it. And also, I'm making the stipulation. You got to come back and tell us what you think. And you got to tell me what you think about that finger trap. Because, but yeah, Patrick, also, yes, spoilers. We should do spoilers. We should rank the traps. It would be a lot of fun. And along with Richard, we need to break down that just filming. I can't imagine how the filming would be. I think I would have nightmares. Like, oh, it's so good. Was it the most gory? It's hard to say. It depends on your like definition of gory, because there's definitely some that could have felt a little more gory. For me, this was just by far the best one. I think the whole meaning, like the whole part of it, and I think it's probably the goriest. Maybe there's one other one I think I could consider like gory, yes, but this one is collectively it's just so good. Collectively, it's just so good. All right, guys, I've got to get going. I honestly think it's a question we need to ask Richard, just how they film it. Right. Listen, so like I'm someone who like cracks my knuckles a lot, and now I'm like, I don't even want to like, my fingers just gross me out. Like all last night, I was like, I don't want to do anything with my fingers. They're just so gross. This is disgusting. But anyways, I digress. I have to go because I actually have a couple of press junkets to attend today. So stay tuned. I'm going to get to interview the new Rugrats, the voices of the new Rugrats show, which I've seen the first episode of, and I can't talk about it yet because it's under embargo, but that's all I'm going to say. I was a big fan of the Rugrats growing up. Completely different from the Saw movies, guys. Rugrats. And then later I'm also going to be talking to some people from Raya and the Last Dragon. So make sure you stay tuned for all that coverage. But for real, guys, go see Spiral, the Book of Saw this weekend. Trust me, you guys do not want to miss out on this. You want to see it on the biggest screen possible. If you are vaccinated, if you feel safe enough to go to the theaters, go to the theaters and see this thing and see it in IMAX. If not, I guess watch it at home when you can. But like, this needs to be seen on the big screen. Like I said, I watched it at home. I have a big screen TV. I watched it on my big screen TV. And I still am going to head to theaters and see it because it just absolutely deserves that. This is a movie that deserves that. And I'm going to watch it time and time again. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And a huge thank you to IMAX for sponsoring this stream and the Spiral giveaways I've been doing all week on Twitter. I've been giving away 2 tickets every day to IMAX. And well, you might think today might be the last day. You still should probably follow me on Twitter at Mama's Geeky because, well, every good Saw movie has a twist now, doesn't it? So I would stay tuned and see that. Maybe I have something in store for you guys again tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Patrick, it was so great to chat with you in the comments. And yeah, we'll definitely talk. You, me, and Richard will do some kind of team up stream. Oh, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of my content. And again, thank you so much, IMAX. And guys, come on, Spiral from the Book of Saw. It's in theaters this weekend. You guys are going to be missing out if you don't see it. It's fantastic. And it does have the best trap of the entire